I'm Heidi from Healing Harvest Homestead, and today I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make a special chai. Now, chai is actually a tea that originated over 5,000 years ago from India. In fact, masala chai, you might have heard of it, is an old traditional healing chai that was created for health. In the traditional Ayurvedic system. But chai has a lot of health benefits, and it's because it's filled with aromatic spices that are very pungent, and they have properties like anti-inflammatory, they're great for your digestive system, they're warming, so they're really good for your circulation, you know, and other just great benefits. So chai is something that you definitely want to have on hand, especially if you like spicy teas or delicious teas like that. Now, the base for chai tea is usually a black tea, and I personally love black tea, and a lot of people can't handle the caffeine though. Okay, so if caffeine is something that bothers you, the teas that you're going to use as a base can be kind of switched up a little bit. Most masala chai or regular chai is going to be used with black tea as a base, and it has about 1/3 of the cup of the caffeine of a cup of coffee. And after that, it's oolong tea, which is a fermented tea. It has the next level of caffeine. After that, it's green tea, and then finally you've got white tea. If you want to make a decaffeinated chai, you certainly can. You can use uncaffeinated herbs like rooibos or honeybush. honeybush. Those are both really excellent herbs to use in chai as a base, and they have kind of a sweeter, more well-bodied flavor too. The black tea, green tea, white tea, and oolong is very, very astringent, but it's full of antioxidants. It's full of benefits for your health. So, you know, it's one of those things where you get to decide. So with this chai, we're going to go ahead and start with my recipe here, and I'm going to use the part system. So the part system doesn't give you exact, like use 1 cup of this and 5 cups of that. The part system is the traditional folk method system of herbalism, where you decide if you want a large part or a small part, and then you choose your part, and then you go ahead and make your measurements out. So all of the ingredients are going to be in a ratio to each other, all right? So in this case, my part is going to be 1/3 of a cup. All right, I could have chosen a tablespoon. I could have chosen a pitcher. It doesn't matter. All right, so for this recipe, I'm going to use 2 parts of organic green sencha tea, which I really like this tea. You can get green tea prepared in a lot of different ways. There's gunpowder tea, there's sencha tea, then there's regular green tea, but I like this. One thing that I feel very strongly about though with my herbs is I like to use organic, because that way it's just safer. It just feels like it's just a better product. Also, if you're using organic, then you know that the herb is probably going to be more likely to have been harvested sustainably and not harm the environment. With that said, my second choice would be wildcrafted, which I go out and forage a lot of my own herbs, but where we live here in Idaho, I can't grow cloves or well, I could grow ginger inside. I've done that before, but most of these aromatic spices grow in, you know, tropical or semi-tropical areas. So anyhow, so I've got 2 parts of organic sencha tea, and then I'm going to use 1 part of cinnamon chips. Now, cinnamon chips are basically cinnamon sticks that have been broken down into little bits, okay? I don't like to use powdered herbs in my loose leaf teas because they tend to just go right through the sieve. And then I'm going to use 1 part of organic ginger. Also, this is cut and sifted and dried. It smells so good. And then I'm going to use 1/2 part of clove buds. Oops. Now, with your real hard herbal parts, like cloves are very, very hard. If you want to, you can crush them up a little bit, and that will release a little bit more of the pungency if you like. You don't have to, but you sure can. The next herb I'm going to use is cardamom, and I'm going to use decortilated seeds here. You could also simply use the green pods, which are really pretty. And then I'm going to put in about a half part of black peppercorn. Now, black peppercorn is the same as cloves. If I wanted to, I could crush this, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I've got my mortar and pestle here, and I'm just going to give it a good little crush up. And that's just going to release the flavors of the peppercorn a little bit. And I like to use this. This is my favorite mortar and pestle. It's because it's got a real rough inside, and it does a nice job with the herbs. So this is my regular chai green tea recipe, and it's just earthy and just gorgeous. So you just blend it up, and here's what it looks like. Isn't that pretty? Now, if you're making this as a gift for somebody for Christmas, if you wanted to add a little bit of color, I've got some pink peppercorns here, and I just love these. So I'm going to add about 1/4 to 1/2 of a part. And I could certainly crush these up too, but I'm not going to. I like them round. But I love these. They have kind of a refreshing citrus taste. Doesn't that add a nice little color? It's really pretty. So there you go. And that's how you blend up and create a green tea chai for yourself. Now for storage, you want to store this blend in an airtight glass jar. I store my herbs in mason jars with a tight fitting lid. And then to make this tea, what you do, if you just want a little cup, is I like to put about a tablespoon in, but a typical loose leaf herbal tea amount is between 1 and 2 teaspoons. So I like mine strong, so I'm going to use a tablespoon, and I'm going to put it into an infuser cup, and then I'm going to pour my hot water over, my boiling hot water, and steep it. Now, one thing I want to mention here is that because we're using green tea, your green, your black, your white, and your oolong teas are going to get real bitter if you steep them too long. So that's just something to recognize and know. So I'm gonna, and I don't mind that. I don't like the bitter flavor, but many people do. So you might want to go ahead and just steep for like 10 minutes, test it out, see how it tastes. Oh, and then the last thing is that a traditional chai is usually made with some kind of a sweetener or some milk. Okay, so with this chai tea, once you get it all steeped and the herbs strained out, if you want to, go ahead and add some honey, maybe some molasses, but you know, you can sweeten it up if you like. I like mine unsweetened. And if you really want a traditional chai, then go ahead and add some milk, and you can even froth it, and it makes a really delicious drink. So anyway, this is just a really nice tea to make for wintertime. It's warming, and it's just an excellent tea. Also, if you want to drink chai in the summer times, which I love drinking chai all year round, it's so good, you can certainly ice it as well. All right, so if you have questions, leave them below. I'm Heidi from Healing Harvest Homestead. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for more tea recipes I will be sharing with you, and natural remedies and handmade lotions and handmade soaps, and what we're doing around here on the homestead as well. Eventually we're going to get out there and do gardening videos and things like that. We're actually starting an herb farm, so we're excited to share the progress with that with you guys too. All right, take care, subscribe please, have a good night, and I will leave links to the herbs if you like down below, and I hope you try the chai.